Gencon 2024. I'm here with Austin, who's the head of games with IV Studios. And I have to tell you that, if you see the channel, that I am loving IV Studios games, so I had to make a point of coming here.
I'm really glad you did.
I need your secret. We need
winning
to know.
A game of our games?
No, I need to know, because I tried Moonrakers, absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And I got Fractured Sky, loved it. Veiled Fate, amazing. And so I'm
so glad you liked them.
There's something going on with this studio, and you're going to get that secret today, I hope.
I hope. So I think the secret is we make the games we really enjoy playing.
Okay, yeah. So it's all about having a passion for your project.
Yeah, so me and Zach and Max are the three designers on our team, and not every game that we do is designed by us, but we're co-designing at least on everything. And we love playing games together, and we're all a little bit different. Like, I'm a little sneakier, Max is a little bit more logical, and he did Mythic Mischief initial idea, so he did like the programming part of like the teacher moving around. Zach is just like a artistic genius, and so the three of us combined enjoy a little bit different things, but all have overlap, a big Venn diagram of things we enjoy together.
So you're like a three-way married couple where you all bring something different to the relationship.
And these are our children, yes.
Yes, okay, you have birthed beauties.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, here's one right here.
Yeah, so this is Mythic Mischief. Actually, we're about to deliver Mythic Mischief Volume 2 to backers.
Oh, very nice.
So this is almost out right now. Well, the second one is almost out right now. It's on a dock somewhere in California, so I'm hoping it gets to the warehouse soon.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so Veiled Fate is an interesting one, because that's one I want to add to my collection. So I have my house personal collection, and then I have my, maybe I'll pass these along collection. So it's one I want to add to my personal collection, because I feel like there's this deduction, and yet there's this like movement. And so tell me a little bit more about that. If people are interested in Veiled Fate, why should I put this into my personal collection?
Yeah, Veiled Fate gives you the experience or the feeling of playing a social deduction game, but you're still playing a strategy game. And why that's good is there's just people that don't want to lie to their friends. My wife hates it when I lie to her and say, I'm not a werewolf, I'm not a werewolf, I'm not a werewolf.
Right, but we know you're sneaky. So.
Yes, I am. I love social deduction games, and so Veiled Fate gives me the opportunity to feel like I'm playing a social deduction game, but I'm lying with how I'm moving my pieces around the board.
Right.
And so with Veiled Fate, you're playing 2 to 8 players too, so it gives you a really high player count. So this is a really great con game, because you can bring in a lot of new people, you can play a very large table, and everyone's usually having a lot of fun. And so rules-wise, it's not so heavy that you can't pull it out at 11:30 and have a great time. So
it just feels like a game that I haven't played before, and it blends 2 elements that I love. So yeah, I really love that. So thank you for doing that.
If you ever played an old video game called Hidden in Plain Sight, we were like, I wonder if we can get that feeling in a video game. And the feeling was just hiding at everyone's on the screen, everyone's character's on the screen, but you don't know who's who, and the only way you figure it out is by the way they move.
Oh, cool.
And that was the kind of like, can we do that in a board game?
Brilliant.
So that's where it came from.
So Fractured Sky is another game that just blew my mind, and it looks really complex to learn, but it's actually it's not that hard. It's not too many actions.
It's pretty light. It's easy to teach.
But there's enough strategy. I play it with my strategy buddies, and they love it.
So Fractured Sky for me was, how can we capitalize on some players having some information?
Yes.
And having to mislead players on what information they really have, so that they are able to get the victory points while making them feel sneaky at the same time.
Right. And if you don't know the game, essentially there's these skyfalls coming down, and they're landing, and you need to sort of know where they are, and you can buy that information, so you know that other people at the table know some information.
Yeah, and they usually give away a little hint, like the place I looked at has gold on it, and so there's some deductive elements. Or like their 1 chip and their 10 chip, you have 10 troops that you put on 3 different airships, and if someone has a 10 down, that's huge, because it means their other chips are 0. So if you can figure that out, you can really steal a lot of stuff from them. But when you are looking at the board, you're trying to figure out, all right, are they bluffing that that's their 10, or is it really their 1, or how are we going to look at that? And so a lot of the game is deducing what other people are doing while also trying to be sneaky yourself.
Super cool. Now we come to the high point of the video. This is where we talk about the game that I haven't played yet. Brink, it's the new one that's coming pretty soon. You can't get your hands on this game here, unfortunately.
No,
so
it's on late pledge right now, and it will be for all of August.
But down the road, they will be able to get it.
Yep. So next Gen Con, it'll definitely be here. I think it's delivering in May to backers, which means June, July is when we're probably going to have it on our web store. But Brink is in the Moonrakers universe, so Moonrakers is our most popular game. It's a deck building and negotiation game. Brink is a worker placement and negotiation game.
Now, if you like Moonrakers, will you like Brink, or are they potentially different beasts?
I haven't found anyone that's like, oh, I love Moonrakers, but I didn't like Brink. But I don't think it's necessarily a guarantee, because some people really bounce off of worker placement or deck building. So I don't think they're perfectly over. I think it's a big overlap, but not a perfect overlap. I think the biggest thing for me about Brink, and the reason why I love it so much, is that you have to stay engaged. Not just because in worker placement you're like, oh no, someone took my spot, or I can't do this action or whatever. But the hexes that you're placing on, they give you resources, they give you actions, but more importantly, they give you a power in the color of hex that you're on. So if I put all of my ships on yellow hexes, at the end of the round we're going to vote on which color is going to score points. And so because I'm on all yellow hexes, I'm going to vote all my yellow cubes to try to make that happen, because I'm going to multiply, let's say I'm on 5 yellow hexes, 5 yellow power by the victory points for that round, so maybe 3, and so I would get 15 points for winning that vote. So if you're also placing on yellow, I might be like, ooh, I don't have to vote as much, I can keep some of my precious cubes because you're going to vote, and then I can piggyback on what you're doing. Or maybe you're on green a lot, and so I'll put mine on yellow and green, because some of your ships cross over multiple hexes. And so you have to pay attention, because you're trading with people. There's like a lot of trading of cubes back and forth. You're watching what people are doing, and then also making sure, okay, they're not too far in the lead, are they? Because if they're in the lead and they're on blue hexes, I'm definitely going to vote against blue. And so there's a lot of paying attention to what people are doing. We said that you're not even going to want to get up and go to the bathroom. You're going to have to schedule bathroom breaks where everyone leaves the table. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on what's happening. So.
Okay, so it feels like Moonrakers and Brink are thematically related, but mechanism-wise not so much. So there's a difference there.
Yeah, if you like negotiation, that's why you would play both of them. But other than that, they feel very different.
Now, to come back to the metaphor of your games as children, what feature do all of your children share? One thing that I've found when I play your games is there's a lot of interaction between players. Would that be it?
It's definitely one of the core tenets. We don't always do that. So I would say Mythic Mischief there's a lot of player interaction because you're trying to catch the other player. But as far as like on your turn, you're not doing too much together. But all of our other games are very, very interactive. Of like, I'm paying attention to what you're doing, because that's going to change what I do, or I'm going to try to pitch you on something. And so yes, I think that is one of our core tenets. I don't think it has to be in every game. We're pretty mechanism agnostic. We don't care what the mechanism is.
If it's a good game,
it can be anything else.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yep.
It feels like Moonrakers. I love the shift, because at the beginning of the game, everybody's friends.
Everybody
you're all working
loves each other.
You want me to help? No problem. And by the end of the game, it's like, we got to host so and so. Like, no way, you got to do it
Nobody work with this guy.
So I just have to thank you as a person who loves playing board games for the work you're doing in the space, because this is fantastic. If you have an Ivy Studios game that you love, please tell us about it in the comments. I'd love to hear, especially if you play Brink, or if you have anybody who plays Brink. Really love to hear about that. So
and it's on TTS. If you have TTS, you can try it out.
Brilliant. Okay, that's so good. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate meeting you, Austin.
Thank you so much.
Now get out there, get gaming, and be legendary. Woo!